Hello. So I feel really restless. I don't know, there is a solar eclipse next week, which is next month. And I took this off also because my hair was still wet. And I feel like I'm so afraid of the eclipses this year. While last year eclipses didn't really mean much, but I feel like eclipses is trying to tell me things that maybe I don't want to face. But I feel like everything is okay. But I am feeling really restless. I feel like I wanna cry all the time. And I know it's probably my period and also in perimenopause. So all of that is like, for sure it's happening in the background. I'm so proud. We got this for $5 each. It's so good. So got this from Aldi. I hope it will last longer. And I hope it lasts, that Aldi still have it so I can just go and buy it. So with these, right, usually this one is, you can get this when you eat yamcha or dim sum in America, I think. So this is the only thing I like about yamcha. Like, this is the only dish that I like. I was going to buy wonton. That's the whole purpose of this grocery shop, but I couldn't find wonton, so but I found hakao, so I'm happy with that. But back to my feelings. I feel like my mind is being pulled back to the negative thoughts, but this time around I'm feeling as if that I don't want to go to the negative side. So I'm like literally, right, like every morning these days, it's like trying to pull my mind back towards like the things that I actually want to have in my life. It is not an easy task to do that, but I'm really grateful that these days that I do have the mental energy, and it's solely located in the mental side. It has nothing to do with my physical energy. My physical energy is still as low as ever, but my mental energy has a little bit of tiny energy into it that is able to pull all of these negative thoughts and trying to steer it to not a positive, but a desired feeling, which is happening a lot these days, which is this feeling of easiness, this feeling of comfort, this feeling of just having that sigh of relief. And I realize what can trigger that for me personally, because I almost never have those experiences when people say imagine this, imagine that. Even though I'm a very visual person, it's really hard to visualize. And apparently what works for me is actually going into the body and into the sensory side. So it's like I am imagining the feeling of this coat that I want, and it's the feeling of lightness, this feeling of ease, this feeling of softness, this feeling of just being inside this coat. Feels really like as if that I belong, this coat and I belong to each other. And also being inside an apartment, and I realized like it wasn't because the apartment is huge or blah 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 that makes it luxurious. What makes it luxurious for me is the fact that it's dim lighted and it's monochrome, so there is not a lot of distraction that can play in my eyes, and it's quiet, and it makes my nervous system calms down. So it's very low sensory apartment, and you know, it's the room temperature is stable, and there's a lot of noise absorption happening in the room. Like there's a lot of noise absorbing materials like the carpet, and the curtain is thick, and the wall is probably double insulated, and maybe like the window is also double insulated, so you can't hear anything on the outside, even if the outside is really, really noisy. So I realized like what actually works for me when it comes to visualization is not the visualization itself, but it's a sensory imagination that goes with it. So I'm trying to pull every single negative experience that I have lately and just trying to direct it that way. It's easier now because now I have like a taste of the sensory. I don't know why I want to make it a sensory experience in my head. Like I'm like, oh, okay, because I realize like I can't imagine anything that I have not yet experienced, but I can imagine an experience that I have had in the past and just replace the skin of that experience. Like I haven't had the experience of being inside this particular coat that I'm imagining in my head, because I never touched it, I never seen it before, but I have had an experience in the past with the same materials of the same coat, like not of the same coat, but like the same material made for this coat particularly. So I know like the feeling being inside that coat, wearing that coat. So I'm just applying it to this coat. And with the apartment, I am applying the experience that I had in Gadigal Station. Like it was quiet, it was monochrome, it was like light, light, dimly lit, and it just makes my nervous system calm down. So I'm applying that and I'm combining it with a visualization, because I never really had that technique being given to me before. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe I needed to be spelled out like that, because if people say, oh, imagine you were inside this particular apartment, the way you imagine it to be, blah blah blah, how would you feel? And I would be like, I don't know, I've never been in that situation before. And if you buy a $10,000 worth of bags, how would you feel? I don't know, I never had that $10,000 worth of bag before. But what is like, I think it was just more about the questions of, I feel like after 20 years of trying to be in the manifestation game and the visualization game, I finally get what they're trying to do when they say visualize it, feel it, and pretend that you are in the situation. Like, it took me 20 years, but I'm kind of here, maybe like 5 steps in. But yeah, I feel like I need to associate it with a sensory experience that I can relate to, and I can match it with the visuals, and then that works for me. So if that is useful, hopefully you can use that too, because I feel like for me I needed to have a very specific example, because it was so, I don't know, I was trying to follow the instructions, but the instruction wasn't following me. But that's my visualization experience lately. I'm gonna make this for a craft group that I have next week. Hopefully they'll like it. If they don't, I like it. They have a test in the supermarket, and I tried it and it was good, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy it because it's on sale for $6. I've also been doing a lot of watching near-death experiences videos. I have been doing that, and lately I've been doing it while I am about unaliving yourself. So near-death experiences that are about that. And I know it's probably very windy, and what they're saying is basically what I know to be true from reading the book. That was the reason why I would not actually, do or like off myself. Is the same reason that they're giving, which is like there's no end to life, and you're gonna be sent back anyway, straight away, either in this current body that you are living in, or in the bodies in a newborn probably, but the life circumstances are all the same. So it's like there is no way for you to get out of the lessons or the story that you're meant to unfold. But today I was reminded again in one of the videos. It was saying like you just have to breathe and release the resistance. That is your sole job being on earth. And I feel like that's aligned with what Bashar is saying. Is like your physical mind is not meant to find solutions. Your physical mind is only there to receive transmission from your higher self, and your higher self is the one that is orchestrating everything. So you basically are not meant to generate any kind of solution for yourself. You will receive solutions, and then what you do with that is up to you. But the generating of solutions and is not your job, or the manifestation of things is not your job. And I guess like there is a lot of good and bad with that as well, because that means we have kind of orchestrated a lot of our experiences here on earth, and basically all these negative experiences that we are living right now is our own doing, which is, of course, I find it quite annoying, because like this higher self, did she or he did they have a solution to my current 12 years of isolation? Like, is there a way out of here that is safe, that is not a further quote-unquote adventure down to the dark side? I feel like I'm not believing it, but I am choosing to hold on to that and thinking, you know what, I don't believe it, but I'm going to follow that as if that it is true, that it is as if that I do believe it. And yeah, I know that it sounds so wishy-washy, but that's where I am right now. Like, today's reminder is basically just to breathe and release the resistance, and hopefully the sun is just peeking out of the clouds. Hopefully when we are still in this intense negative soup, basically, hopefully it will come out soon. But I was like saying to ChatGPT yesterday, ChatGPT, I feel like I've just been in this very dense energy constantly and never been let out. ChatGPT, I feel like I was frustrated with ChatGPT, and then I started to project all my feelings of frustrations, making as if that ChatGPT is frustrated with me, and ChatGPT is a reminder, I'm not a person, mate. Not in that exact words, but in a ChatGPT way. I am not a person, therefore I cannot feel the feelings, those kind of wordings. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.